I remember the days where I used to sit there on my couch, sit there on my bed, and daydream about girls I've had crushes on. And I'd be like, she's so bad. She's so beautiful. Like, how do I even walk the same earth as her? How do I even breathe the same earth as her? And I know that's crazy. That's some simp activity. Don't worry, I don't do that no more. I'm past those days. We're done with those. All right. And it'd be like at times I gotta pull myself back because I noticed that I'm just fiending too much. I'm fiending way too much for this woman. And it's just like that's so insane. But that's what crushes do. And today I'm gonna be talking about crushes and what the hell crushes are. What even is a crush? You mean the soda? No, I mean a crush. God, I'm so cringe. I'm just gonna assume most of you have had a crush on someone before. And crushes are such a weird feeling because they find a way to make the simplest things in the world feel magical. If you were to get a text from your parents, you probably wouldn't bat an eye because they're your parents. Unless you get caught in a fire and you forget to do something, right? And we know those times. We know those times. If you have parents that get on your ass, you know how it would be. It's not pleasant. It's not pleasant. And but having a crush is like a whole different story. It's very confusing, I'll say that. And like what is a crush? Why do we feel this way? Right? And the crush to me is more than just like, hey, this girl's cute. I like her now. Now I'm just gonna obsess over her. No, 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 no. It's the fact that you get butterflies in your stomach the second they walk past you or when you hear their name. And this is how they get you. You be prepping your hardest fit the night before, hoping they'd blush, or even you might have threw on some Mexican Jordans from Foot Locker. Those Mexican Jordans. They're not the actual ones. They're just some bootleg some bootleg one. Or I don't even know where you get those Jordans, bro. Jordan didn't do that move. Jordan ain't never do that move. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe like you threw on a Paxson tee. You still got some crust in your eyes, and it's just like, hey, I know you need someone like me. I know you need someone like me in your life. Holla at your boy. I didn't brush my teeth this morning. I still got crust coming out my eyes, but hey, I'm the man for you. You know what I'm saying? And also things like checking your phone too often. When your phone is down and you hear that little buzz, right to your phone you go. And guess what? It ain't him or her. Word. It's just Gmail, gang. It's the settings app telling you that you need to update from iOS 18 to 26. I'm sorry to break it to you, but it is not your crush. And I've been there, done that. But when you think of them, when you think of your crush, or if it's actually them nonetheless, I won't lie. Like, if you're actually your crush who texted you back, you get this immediate smile that lights up your whole face. And if you're one of those people who struggle with responding fast, because I know I am, trust me, you'll be in their chat room before they can even close out of it. When you like somebody, you'll be doing stuff that you don't even imagine yourself doing. And it's those little moments when you catch yourself doing stuff like that. And then you start imagining a future with them, when you're going to get married, how many kids you're going to have. Are they going to be boys or girls? What state to live in? And it's like, you don't even know their name, bro. And it's so weird, yet so beautiful. And it's just your heart doing what it wants to do best, and it's providing hope. It's huffing what do you call it? Hopium. It's huffing hopium to you, praying that things work out. And that's what's beautiful about it, right? And your brain might be like, "Nah, you're bugging. She ain't all that. Like she's probably a red flag. She ain't for you. She ain't for you. Trust me." Nah, but your heart's like, I think otherwise. And crushes remind you that you can still feel something genuine even when it's been a super long time. I haven't had a crush on a girl in a minute. I'm talking like 3 years. But boy, when I had a crush, boy, when I did like a girl, I was a lost cause. I was destroying my sleep. The one thing that I prioritize in my life, sleep. I need those 7 to 9 hours. Yeah, I didn't see sleep for months or a few weeks. But the reason why I think we get crushes deep down is because, we crave to be closer to someone. especially someone who we believe aligns with us, and sometimes that crush we have isn't about the person themselves, but it's about that version of us that would be fulfilled if we were to be with them. Maybe they make us, I don't know, laugh a certain way. Maybe they make us want to grind and seek better in life, prioritize our health, our sleep. And, that alone is powerful. A single person can be all it takes for you to step out of your box and shape you into a goat. But we have to account for how tricky this can get too, because look, even if we fall for the idea of someone, it does not necessarily mean we actually want the person. We like what our mind has cooked up, but when we talk to them, shit, if we even get the chance to, it's like, damn, you're low-key kind of lame. Like, you don't really have as much to offer as I thought, or I made up in my head. And there's no way I was telling my people about you, and you just sit there in disappointment. And you just sit there in disappointment. You can't blame her, obviously, because you've never spoke to her. They've never spoke to you. He or hey or whatever, they haven't spoken to you ever. But it's like we project what we want them to be, even though they're human just like us. And then you get met with this kind individual named Heartbreak, your best friend, and then your world falls apart because you fail to separate reality from imagination. And you're left there with snot running down your nose. You're staring at your ceiling defeated because you thought everything would work out. But it'd be like that though. What can we do? It's like a drug. Picturing conversations that never happened, reading too much into every little thing. And then you have to start thinking, do they even like me? Reality slaps you right there in the face. Just right there in the face. Gives you a nice decker. But that's why I find beauty in it. That's why I find beauty in crushes. I don't hate or love them. I'm kind of 50-50 on them because, they make us feel human and they make us feel alive. They remind us of what it's like to be curious, be nervous, be jolly. But it's like when life is dry sometimes and it's repetitive, and it tries to get us to be numb. But then you remember that you have something to look forward to, even if it's temporary, right? But crushes can also suck. They can really suck. Because finding out that person you're dreaming over, imagining all these things about, they don't feel the same about you, it's humbling. And I've been on both sides of liking versus being liked, and either way, I feel horrible afterwards because it's like, damn, I did all that, but I also did crazy, And then that's when the magic fades. The delusion runs away. You actually open up your eyes and you see it for what it is. And then you have to move on, unfortunately. And that's just life. Life goes on at the end of the day. And someone doesn't want you the same way, but you don't have to beat yourself up over it. It's simply that you had a big heart, and you shouldn't feel ashamed for catching feelings or even being bold enough to admit them. And it was your heart choosing the wrong someone, but now it has the chance to learn from it. And this is the good part. See, this video is like a mix of bad and good. What's good without the bad? And then this is what crushes are good for, the reflection aspect. Crushes teach you about yourself. They show you what kind of energy you crave. And then you can use this knowledge to figure out what you value and how you want to be treated. And then even if it doesn't go anywhere, like, who cares? Don't ever look at it as a waste of time. It's never a waste of time. Huffing that fresh hopium is so fun. And I know for a fact that I'd love to experience it again whenever my time is ready, The universe will put me in that position when it's my time. And, you should feel the same way. And like I mentioned before, they're a reminder that love still exists. Especially in Gen Z, where it's chalked, bro. It's fully over with. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to be a doomer boy. But with what I'm seeing out here on social media, obviously social media glorifies the wrong stuff. But that's all that's ever seen. That's where the attention goes. So what else am I supposed to see? The good? The good gets put under dirt. But I could make a whole different video on Gen Z and dating because That's a lot I could discuss about. I might cook that one up next. I'll see. So to tell you up front, crushes are quite odd. They are quite odd. They are quite an experience, a unique but weird experience that I want everyone to go through. You know, they're weird, they're amazing, they're messy, but I believe that's kind of the point. Sometimes you just gotta bend life and see where it takes you. Crushes show us how much love we're capable of giving. My God, I can't speak. Even when it's from afar. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is kind of awesome. So let me know down below, what's some of the craziest things y'all have done for a crush? I'm trying to see if I was at my peak delusion when I liked a girl, or maybe my experiences weren't that bad because y'all had some bad ones. But if you're new here, drop a like, subscribe if you like sleep. If you don't like sleep, still subscribe because your boy needs a mattress to sleep on. I ain't gonna lie. It's hard out here, man. But that's all I wanted to say about crushes, and take care, everyone. I'll see y'all in the next one.